So as you sit in a good position, attempt to breathe as much as possible. Attempt to breathe only as though you're putting the air on the right side of the body, not on the left. Don't try to keep the left compressed, but expand the right side consciously more. As you inhale, and as you exhale also from that right side. Now, as you very carefully attempt to do this, include all other aspects of the simple pranayama that we have done, which is on inhalation, the skin from the back appears to move forward. It doesn't, but that is a sensation. So as I breathe in on my right side, do I get that sense more on the right side? From the back of the body. On the side also something different happens. And remember whatever difference you feel on the right side this way. How does the inhalation begin? And how does the exhalation begin? It should not disturb your nostrils, nor the facial muscles. So don't attempt to breathe in on the right side, as I'm saying, by doing something with the facial muscles. Now, as you breathe in on the right side, see that the inhalation in the nostrils, both nostrils, is felt as wide out as possible. And exhalation as narrow near the septum as possible. If your arms, like my arms, are crossing each other, uncross them. Put the hands a little wider away from each other. And in the process, rotate the upper arm out. More than the upper arm, rotate the armpit, chest from back to the front. Keeping eyes, ears, tongue soft, continue that same breath on the right side another minute or so. Also for next 30 seconds, relate to the sound of the breath. Make it as uniform as you can. Remember, on inhalation, you are sort of drinking the air. On exhalation, you slowly let the air out. Don't go to retentions. Just keep ujjayi inhalation and exhalation. Is your right shoulder disturbed? By that I mean, is the right shoulder going up as you inhale? Don't let the shoulder go up. And with the next exhalation, go back to normal breath. In a moment, we will do the left side. The idea is to compare the two halves of the chest. You can do it with front and back also. More difficult. For now, stay with the left and right side. Okay. In so doing, I examine how the air naturally tends to go in my lungs. And hence, what is it I can do to make it even on the two sides? Excuses are not allowed. For example, if I say, my air doesn't go on the right side here just because my shoulder hurts, not allowed. Do with the air what you can. Now, begin the same thing on the left side. First one or two breaths may not cooperate very much. You keep repeating it and it will cooperate. Again, keep your hands uncrossed. We are attempting to breathe now as much as we can exclusively on the left side. Seeing all those aspects. Is the skin from the back releasing forward, appearing to release forward, more on that left side? What else is happening to my side? Can my inhalation again go through both the nostrils as wide out as possible on inhalation, and exhalation be as narrow as possible? If you can safely, without hurting your neck, take a Jalanda Bandha, do so. More by lifting the chest rather than by dropping the chin. And listening to the sound of the breath, make it as even as possible. If nothing else, what most people learn by doing this is the idea that on inhalation, the floating ribs come forward and on exhalation, they go back. That you begin to revise that there is much more wider expansion of the chest, left to right, right to left. Continue another 3 minutes. If the mind is not able to pay attention to all the variety of things we talked about, pay attention to the last thing I said, which is discover how much more sideways the ribs move rather than front and back. They move front and back also, but we are trying to emphasize much more how much they move sideways. If you are noticing its effect on the head diaphragm also is quite different. And finish on an exhalation. Go back to normal breathing. Now look back on that experience. Ask yourself, was your tongue trying to help you? Preferably not. But if you discover that the tongue was attempting to do something to help you to breathe on one side, then you kind of laugh at it and say, oh, interesting, you're my tongue, but you won't do what I want. All right. In the same method, I would now like you to try one breath on the right side, next breath on the left side. Again, of all the things we do, pay maximum attention to how much you are able to move the ribs sideways on inhalation outwards, on exhalation, letting them come back in. The way the lungs and other organs are, your breath is much more in the back half of the lungs rather than in the front half. In alternating this way now, one side works much better as you want, the other does not work as well. You want to let the side that is not working as well learn from the opposite side. One more minute. And finish on an exhalation. All right, I want to go further with this. Before I do that, any question, anybody?